Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm Mike Drotis, Bible teacher and preacher. You've tuned into my YouTube channel, Solving the Prophetic Puzzle. We are living in the last days. We are living in the time right before the 7-year tribulation period. We are seeing Bible prophecy that was foretold by prophets in the Old Testament happen right before our eyes. We are seeing the book of Revelation unfold right before our eyes right now. John was taken to heaven, and Jesus showed him many things in heaven. I also think that Jesus took John into the future and showed John things as John recorded them in the book of Revelation. For us, for the end times, for us to be prepared for what lies ahead and to help other people. One of the things that John saw in the book of Revelation was a scroll, and on the scroll were 7 seals. These 7 seals could not be opened by anyone, either in heaven, on earth, or under the earth, except Jesus Christ. Jesus received the scroll, and I believe Jesus is beginning to open the seals now. There are 7 seals that are around the scroll, and they have to be opened one at a time. The first 4 seals we refer to as the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I've done teachings on the first 2 seals already. And I believe the first 2 seals, the white horse and the red horse of the apocalypse, are riding right now, are galloping all over the earth. They have been opened. The first seal, the rider on the white horse, he was given a crown, a corona. He was given a virus, the coronavirus. And this rider accepted this virus, and he rode throughout the earth, conquering the world. I remember this in vivid detail, where I was at when I first began to take notice of this virus. I was in Lima, Peru. The day was February 24th, 2020. I had just gotten done with a missionary trip, and I was getting ready. I was in the airport coming home. There was many people in this airport, but one thing that was alarming was they were all wearing white surgical masks. I told my friend, I said, "Do you think this is because of this virus?" And he said, "Yeah, I really do think it is." Once we got home, things began to really heat up worldwide, and we saw nations locked down, businesses shut down, churches shut down, people forbidding to sing at church, shutdowns everywhere. We saw economies spiral out of control. We saw millions of people die and millions of people get sick. We saw all of this. This rider rode throughout the earth, conquering and conquering as he went, causing great pain and turmoil and discomfort and perplexity. We've seen the rider of the white horse. And if you're interested, you can watch an entire message on the rider of the white horse on my YouTube channel. Then, to the day, February 24th, 2022, last month, I witnessed on television the mighty Russian army move across the border of Ukraine and begin a war upon this nation of Ukraine. It is spiraled. It has now been over a month, and who knows by the time you're watching this what will have transpired. But it has spiraled into this thing where the whole world is involved in it to some aspect or another. This war is escalating, and people have been talking about the possibility of nuclear warfare, biological warfare, chemical warfare, World War III. There's murmurings of World War III. There are nations that are outside of this conflict that are eyeing one another and maybe scheming and develop to attack other nations on their borders. We are seeing the red horse of the apocalypse ride, and wars and rumors of wars are happening. And that leads to the next seal, the 3rd seal, and this is the one I wanted to talk about today. When he opened the third seal, I heard a third living creature say, "Come and see." So I looked, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four living creatures say, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine." This rider on the black horse is going to affect commerce. He holds scales. That's what they used in business transactions back in those days. They would weigh things out, and it would be found in balance. And this black horse is going to affect business and commerce. There is coming a time, right now we are experiencing mild inflation. It still hurts. Every week I go to the grocery store, I buy less things and spend more money. That's inflation. But we are getting to a point which the third horse, the black horse, is called hyperinflation. For a quart of wheat, a loaf of bread for a denarius. A denarius was a day's wage. That's hyperinflation. It takes a day's wage to buy 1 loaf of bread. And isn't it interesting that John would specifically talk about wheat, or this voice would talk about wheat? Because right now, in Russia and Ukraine, 1/4 of the wheat is produced out of that country. And you can take that off the table. You say, well, we have other countries that can produce wheat. Yeah, there has been some countries that can produce it, but there's been weather conditions that have affected those crops. There's going to be a wheat shortage. And there's going to be a produce shortage because of this war. And there's going to be a fertilizer shortage because of this war. And that all affects food. Food that comes from wheat. Just so you know, flour, pasta, bread, cracker, whole wheat flour, wheat bran, graham flour, white bread, cookies, rye bread, biscuit, puffed grain. With a shorter supply of wheat, these foods will escalate in price, just like John saw. And there are other products made from wheat that are non-food products. Wallboard, cosmetics, pet food, newsprint, paperboard, and other paper products, soap, trash bags, concrete, pasta. If you can't get concrete, you can't build, and there's already a shortage on wood. You're going to have the entire economy be affected by this black horse that's riding around, bringing hyperinflation. But notice something interesting. While there will be hyperinflation and people will be spending large sums of money, all of their money just to buy a little bit of food, there is going to be a few people that will profit from this. It says, "And do not harm the oil and wine." Oil and wine are luxury items. In the last day, there will be people that will take advantage of scarcities, and they will be profited, and they will profit from this. And in the book of James, it talks about this, that they will be judged. This black horse is going to ride. I'm telling you this in advance so that you can prepare right now for the scarcities that are going to come upon this earth. The good thing is that no matter what, Jesus Christ is Lord of Lords and King of Kings, and He's going to take care of all of us. So keep looking up, keep watching, be encouraged as we see Bible events unfold and prophecy be fulfilled. We have to be assured that Jesus Christ is coming soon, and all will be well. Hey, thanks for watching. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please do. We'll see you next week as we continue to solve the prophetic puzzle.